Writing about Bayonetta was easy. It was, by and large, a singular experience. You can't write about Smash Bros. The same way, though. This game is something different each time you look at it, to each person who looks at it. There's approximately 15,000 game modes, a roster of 3.2 billion combatants, and more musical tracks than there are plankton in the Atlantic Ocean. It might be a bit of hyperbole, but trust me, it's only a little bit. This is Smash Bros. After all. You think the expectations are high? You're putting Mario, Link, Samus, Pikachu, Pac-Man, Mega Man, that Shulk dude from Xenoblade, and Sonic in the same arena to fight. And I'd drop even more names if we could fit more than 8 fighters on a stage. Still, for 8 fighters on a stage, the game flows well now. The whole of this review is going to boil down to one basic truth, which you can find under every concept included in this game. This iteration of Smash Bros. Scales very, very well. What do I mean by that? If you're just a single player, there's plenty of things for you to do in the Classic and All-Star modes. There's trophy collecting, there's special themed events, there's the usual spate of multi-man challenges where the scrubs what once were fighting wireframes are now pulled from whatever Miis you happen to have on your machine. There's a home run contest, maybe my favorite minigame ever, and there's a new Angry Birds ripoff that takes place at the old Break the Targets challenge, which takes some getting used to as far as controls go. Expect to see your dudes getting blown up. A lot. So yeah, that's just the single player. Just imagine how fun this gets when you have, more people in the room. Then you got your standard Smash, customizable to hell and back on stages, which themselves are customizable as to whether or not they've got environmental hazards and such. Oh, and you can tailor the music to your specifications, you can go head to head, you can add in 2 more heads, you can add in 4 more heads after that. Though 8-player matches are relegated to special expanded stages that can actually accommodate that much madness on screen. There's your standard option, though if you'd prefer to do something a bit more interactive or just longer, there's a new Mario Party-looking board game called Smash Tour that mixes everything up by randomizing everyone's characters and has them haul their butts over maps of various sizes so as to collect buffs for a final showdown after a set number of turns. But screw all those buffs, since generally the determining factor as to who wins is simply who has the most characters available. And then there's the entire world of online play. That's right, you might not have friends, but damn it, you can pretend to. You've got 2 competition modes, fun and no fun. Glory. The latter of which is meant to satisfy the infamous no items, nothing interesting, Smash is serious business, honestly I mean that crowd. Granted, regardless of how you play, these folks online are probably going to slaughter you if you have any network latency. On my home connection, I experienced occasional bouts of input lag, nothing too terrible, but enough to throw me off a bit. But the slog I felt up here on the intergalactic whatchamacallit, or whatever Mark's marketing copy reads lately, was palpable, even when I was just spectating a match for fun or profit. That's right, there's money, or rather in-game currency, to be made in online Smash speculation, complete with double or nothing bonuses and a trophy or 2 on occasion. Might want to invest in one of those newfangled USB Ethernet adapters if you won't to take this sort of thing seriously. Or, you can just pack a pile of friends into your home, make a pulled pork, and be able to trash talk them directly. There's scarcely a device that won't work for an input in this game, be it the gamepad, Pro Controller, Classic Controller, Wiimote, with or without nunchuck, much hyped USB to GameCube adapter that promptly sold out just about everywhere, or even a 3DS system equipped with a copy of that version of Smash, which is a fairly cool move. So cool, in fact, they haven't done something like this since Pokemon Battle Revolution. There's so much potential there. Regardless of how you're enjoying Smash Bros., my original comment rings true. The game scales very, very well. From an intense one-on-one training session with your amiibo, more on those later, to an enormous brawl on a blown-up version of classic Donkey Kong stage. The graphics remain smooth, if you're not being chewed on by a lag demon, and the added flare-like flame effects when you score a KO not only brighten the action, but help to make sense of some of the chaos. And the soundtrack. Just imagine 34 years of video game history, lovingly reinterpreted by an all-star team of composers who really, really wanted to pay tribute to some of their favorite pieces, or who just wanted to mash up pieces from Wild Gunman and Clue Clue Land that you probably haven't heard since I reviewed Wild Gunman and Clue Clue Land some years ago. Smash Bros. Not only has to satisfy your expectations, but it has to satisfy everyone else's expectations, and chances are they're looking to get something entirely different out of this experience. And you might not be keen on the whole amiibo thing, especially given the supply issues that have manifested since then. You might relish or bristle at the concept of altering characters with custom movesets or creating your own Mii fighters, depending on how keen you are on orthodoxy. Personally, I had a great time tearing it up with Demon TJ, and if you want to switch Mega Man's up B from rush jump to the tornado hold, I'm not going to give you flack about it. Chances are, whoever you are, you're going to have a great time playing Smash on the Wii U. Chances are, though, you're just going to do it much more differently than I did.